Hey guys, as many of you know, we've been working on an expansion for Conqueror. And while we were working on this expansion, there was a rule update or a couple of rule updates that we think would even enhance the base game, the original game, Conqueror Final Conquest. So today we're here to talk about them. The setup, as you can see, is exactly the same setup as a 4-player game. The only difference is you would look through your Chronicle cards, find the Hun's attack card, and remove it permanently from the game. What you would end up with is a total of 9 Chronicle cards that you place next to your player board. The second update that you will find is in the game. Originally, as you know, there is a timer during your planning phase that is about 1 minute for you to be able to recruit troops and do some other things. This timer rule is now optional. I personally like it. I would recommend that you continue using it. But if it's something you really don't like, you and your friends, and you feel like you need more time during the planning phase, then you can opt to eliminate this from gameplay. The third component, and I think that's the major update, is the victory condition. As you all know, in Conqueror Final Conquest, if you hold any 5 forts, whether they're a capital, whether it's a large fort or a small fort, if you're able to hold 5 forts, and holding a fort means occupying that territory, if you're able to hold 5 forts for 1 round, then that would enable you to instantly win the game. Now, the introduction we're making is that rule still applies, but we're adding a 10-round limit. And these can be tracked through these Chronicle cards. If you remember, a Chronicle card will state, or you'll start drawing Chronicle cards as stated on the card at the beginning of round 2. And so by the time you get to the final Chronicle card, this will signal that this is your final round. If no one has been able to achieve the victory condition of conquering 5 forts and holding them for a round, by the time this round ends, this final round, what you will do is tally up all the victory points. And the way to do so is any capital you control, whether it's your own capital, like Rome here, or let's assume Rome was able to conquer Carthage from the Carthaginians, so they control both Rome and Carthage. They would earn 5 points for each capital they control. That's a human player capital. Any forts that are not capitals that they control, so let's assume Rome had conquered the Alps during the game, or or Gaul, they would earn 3 points for each one of those non-capital large forts. And then finally, if Rome was able to control a small fort, it would earn 2 points. So the total here would be 10 points for the capitals, 6 points for the large forts, a total of 6 points obviously, and 2 points for Sicily. So the total would be 18 points for Rome, 18 victory points. Now obviously there are a couple of tiebreakers that you can look into the rule book, but that's usually how you tally up the victory points. One very important point to note: imagine this was a 3-player game and no one was playing as Carthage. If Rome ends up conquering Carthage from an NPC, from an independent army, it would not earn 5 points at the end of the game. This is not considered a capital, since this is not a human capital, human player capital. Rome would only earn 3 points. So in this scenario, it would earn 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, that's 9, so that's a total of 14, plus 2, so that's 16 points. We hope that you try this out. Let us know if you like it. We think it makes the game a lot tighter. If you have any comments on our victory conditions that we should take into consideration when designing the Conqueror expansion, The Empire Rises, please let us know. We look forward